Hi, hello friends. Welcome to the today's session. Welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Srinivasarao Sir classes. In this session, we are going to discuss about the FLSM part 2. That means how to obtain number of subnets and how to obtain number of host IDs per subnet according to the different classes. And what are the different varieties of subnets are there, we will discuss in this session. So my dear friends, before entering into the session, let us say our anthem that crack GATE and ESE with India's largest learning platform, none other than Unacademy. Get Plus subscription and access unlimited live and recorded lectures from India's topmost educators. We all know that Unacademy has created a wonderful digital platform to serve the dedicated students, which are done by the dedicated faculty members. Dear friends, utilize this opportunity what the Unacademy is providing just by taking a subscription into that. Myself is Srinivasarao IS, having more than 15 years of experience in the GATE with various subjects. Also had industry experience in back-end side, that is database and the system side, with the relevant certifications in the database and networking and Red Hat Linux. Dear friends, throughout my journey of GATE, I taught in many premium academies with a high success rate. Many of my students got completed their post-graduation from IIITs, NITs and central universities, and they have settled in their life in by doing higher positions in the software companies or PSUs and many others. My dear friends, you also can achieve such kind of success by clearing the prestigious competitive examination known as a GATE examination. By clearing the GATE examination, you can achieve all the success. Your dream can be fulfilled. Your dream is an academy's dream. Don't forget that. Once you get the admission into an academy, then an academy is going to do parenting and take care. There are two varieties of subscriptions. One is a plus course and the other one is iconic batch. According to the plus course, once you get the subscribed into plus course, you will be called as a plus student or a premium student, where you can able to learn dedicated content, live sessions like quizzes, mock sessions and mock tests, whatnot, everything which is beneficial to you. Unacademy is ready to provide the content according to your requirement. And the other kind of subscription is iconic subscription, which is nothing but a 1:1 personal coach program. You're going to get a dedicated guidance from the dedicated faculty members throughout your subscription. They are going to helpful. So without guidance and without a proper training, you cannot clear any kind of competitive examinations, my dear friends. Please remember this. With my experience, I'm saying. According to the plus course, there are three varieties of subscriptions: 12 months and 18 months and 24 months. You need to focus. So current fourth and third and the second and the first year students can opt for 24-month subscription, and third and fourth year students can opt for 12 months and 18-month subscription. Dear friends, if you use my referral code, then you are going to have a maximized discount on the subscription prices. After discount, you're going to have these varieties of. So 12 months you're going to get this much, and 24 months and 18 months are going to get this much. The other flavor of subscription is our course is iconic course. In that there are two varieties of subscription with a 1:1 personal guidance along with your iconic, that is a plus course. So there are 12 months and 24 months. My subscription code is eligible for any kind of admission into an academy. So use my referral code, get the maximized discount on that. So after concession, then your prices are falling like this. Use my referral code, don't forget. Whenever you use my referral code, then you will be under my batch, then I can able to provide my guidance. Otherwise, you will be in some other batch, they are going to take care of you. You want my guidance, please join using my referral code join under me. Therefore, I can able to guide you and I can able to give all my alumni who have done GATE program with me, I can share the details. So friends, if you have any further doubts, come to us just by filling this form. If you fill this form, then we are going to helpful to clear all your doubts. And we are also running on YouTube, that is a Let's Crack GATE CSE is our YouTube channel. Subscribe our YouTube channel, then you're going to get the latest notifications and updates. And my referral code, use it to get the admission into Unacademy. Well friends, let us start our session. The continuation of the last session we have discussed what is the importance of the subnetting and how to identify whether a particular mask or a particular class network is subnetted or not. I have shown you. In this session, I am going to show you that how you can able to do class C and B and A subnetting and how to identify the few answers for number of subnets and number of host IDs and subnet IDs and subnet broadcast addresses. That is our today's agenda. According to the different classes, we are able to do the subnetting approach. Well, my dear friends, how to do class C subnetting? Let us go quickly. According to your class C, the default mask is 255, 255 and 255, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Subnetting is nothing but we are trying to manipulate HID from left towards to right. So we do 1 bit subnetting, 2 bit subnetting, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to stop. Why you have to stop your subnetting positions, I will show you in today's session. So maximum you can able to do 6 bit subnetting according to your class C subnetting. So now let us see class C subnetting. So I made it on and remaining are off. So what is the value? Your last value is 128, which is nothing but n dot 128. Then I am saying we are not going to disturb your network part. Please observe, this is completely your network part. Host ID part I am manipulating. So 2 ones and 6 zeros, your value is 192, and 3 ones and 5 zeros, your value is 224, and 4 ones and 4 zeros, your value is 240, and 5 ones and 3 zeros, your value is 248, and 6 ones, 2 zeros, your value is 252. You need to stop here, and still you can do, but no use of the subnetting. 7 bit subnetting, its value is 254, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 all bits are subnetted, its value is 255. So whenever the subnet mask is given in any kind of a flavor, we are able to do that whether it is a subnetted or not subnetted. Let me show you one example according to class C. For example, I say IP is 192.168.0.100 with a mask. Your mask is given as 255.255.255.192. We know that according to the class C, this is a class C because 192 belongs to class C. According to your class C, it is a triple N and this is your H. So we want to observe carefully your HID is manipulated or not. We have discussed last session that uniform splitting, contiguous number of ones from left towards to right, that is the meaning of uniform splitting. FLSM is following uniform splitting, not the random splitting. So whenever you have like this, we understand that this 192 I am writing into binary. So instead of 0, there are double ones are there in that. I already gave you the format. A single one means 128 and the next position is 192 and next 3 consecutive ones 224, next 4 consecutive ones 240. You need to keep it in mind. So therefore, I can answer a few important questions. What are the questions I can answer? Question number 1. Number of subnets. Number of subnets are nothing but number of ones are there in your HID mask. 2 ones are there. 2 power 2 is nothing but 4 subnets. And each subnet is divided with how many host IDs? Number of HIDs per each subnetwork. For each subnet is how many zeros are there? So your number of zeros are 6 are left in your HID path. So 2 power 6 minus 2, that is nothing but 64 minus 2 are dedicated. And what are the subnets you got? What are subnet IDs? And the fourth question is, what are subnet broadcast addresses? SBA. Okay. Now we will find out question number 3 and question number 4 like this. So your mask is given such a way that 255 and 255 and 255 1160. Now you see, observe carefully. This is masked and this is masked. The rest is not masked. I am calling it as HID part. And these are your NID part. This is a subnet bit. This is a subnet bit. That means 128th position is subnetted and 64th position is subnetted. For every combination, you are going to have 6-bit host IDs. Okay. So how many subnets you got? 4 subnets I have shown you. 2 power 2 is nothing but 4 subnets. What are your 4 subnets? The 4 subnets are like this. How? So first subnet value 00, 01, 10, 11. 2-bit combination I am writing. For every combination you are having as usually 6-bit HIDs. Now what is the subnet IDs you got? So you got subnet ID. First subnet ID is, so that is your first subnet. So we know your class C IP is nothing but NNN.H. As this is a subnet ID, your subnet ID, starting subnet ID 0 with all zeros. And next subnet ID is 128. Next subnet ID is 64. Please read it. And next subnet ID is 128. And next subnet ID is 192. So you got 4 subnets according to this format. So what are the range of the IPs I can able to write? This is subnet 1, this is subnet 2, subnet 3 and subnet 4. Okay. The range of the IPs I can able to write that network 1 to last number. Network. What is your last number? Before number of your next subnet number, nothing but 63. So 0 is the first number, 63 is your ending number. Total how many host IDs? 64 HIDs I got. So according to your previous question, you got 64 HIDs only for every subnet. Now next one is n dot 65 to n dot n dot n dot. The before of this number is nothing but 127. So here also I got 64 HIDs. Next to n dot n dot n dot 129 to n dot n dot n dot 191. So this is also 64. Next to 192 n dot n dot n dot 193 to network. Last number is 255. This is also 64. Altogether we got 256 HIDs. So the total capacity of the last octet is a 256 HIDs because 2 power 8. In the 2 are reserved for subnetting and 6 are there. So 2 power 6 is nothing but 64 HIDs you got for every subnet. I said this is your subnet ID. And the last number is a subnet broadcast address. Please observe carefully. First number is a subnet ID, last number is a subnet broadcast address. You cannot use as a valid IP starting number and ending subnet number, starting number and ending subnet number, starting and ending and starting and ending. Therefore, out of 64, minus 2 are reserved. So total, you are going to dedicate 2 HIDs for starting of the block and ending of the block. So you can efficiently use 64 HIDs. After elimination of 2, you can use from first 1 to 62. Next 65 to 126. 129 to 190. 193 to 254. Starting number and ending number you have to leave it. They are reserved IPs. That's it, my dear friends. This is the model 1. I am showing you how to derive subnet IDs and subnet broadcast addresses. Okay. I will show you the model 2, which is applicable for any kind of class. It may be a C or it may be a B, it may be a A. We are not going to perform any kind of subnetting for D and E as they are reserved for different purposes. Now let me show you another example. So this example is saying given IP is 193.100.100.200 and mask is given as 255.255.255.240. Better 224 we will take. So we know that this is the class C because 193 belongs to class C only. And therefore this 224, if you write in binary the mask, if you write 224 in binary, 3 ones, remaining are 5 zeros. This is your HID part. This is your subnet part. So 128 position is subnetted, 64 position is subnetted, and 32 position is subnetted. So you are going to have 32 based range of subnets. I will show you. Let us see. So now let us see one important thing. Model 2. Already model 1 I explained. Model 1 I explained how to derive subnet IDs and subnet broadcast address. Now I am showing you model 2, easier way how you can able to derive subnet IDs and subnet broadcast address, right? So now you tell me, first question is a number of subnets. Your number of subnets are there. How many number of ones are there in your HID mask position? Or how many bits are subnetted? So 3 zeros are being converted to 3 ones. So 2 power 3 is nothing but 8 subnets you got. Okay. And the second question is number of HIDs for each network, number of HIDs for each subnet. How many zeros are left over there? This is your HID part, and remaining are NID only. First 3 octets are NID, and the next part is the subnet ID, and next part is HID. So how many host IDs are left over there? 2 power 5. What is the meaning of this? Size of subnetwork. Your size of subnetwork is 32 HIDs. So what is the meaning of that? You are going to see that your entire subnet is split into 32 size blocks, right? So let me post the numbers there. 32, 32, 32, 32, 32. This is a fixed length masking. That's why every block has got equal sized block sizes. So 8 subnets, and 8 into 32 is nothing but 256 HIDs you got. Because a class C can give you maximum of 256 HIDs only. Therefore, 256 HIDs divided by 8 parts, you are going to get 32 HIDs for every part. That's it. Now, subnet IDs you can easily identify. What are the subnet IDs? First 3 octets are mandatory as it is belongs to network part. Last part is, this is your first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subnets. Your subnet ID is always starts with 0. Don't forget that. Your subnet ID is always starts with 0. And what is next subnet? Just summation with your block size or subnet size. Your subnet size is a 32. Therefore, plus 32. And 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 plus 32. That's it. You got 6 subnets. See how easily we got this. How easily you got subnet IDs, right? So what I said, please understand carefully. So your number of HID positions are 5 bits are left over there because 3 bits are being masked. So number of HIDs are nothing but 2 power 5. Your size of network is 32. Size of subnetwork is 32. So your subnet IDs are nothing but, subnet ID is nothing but block ID. And block starting number, block ending number. So block starting numbers is nothing but subnet ID only. So always your subnet ID starts with 0 plus your block size is a 32 HID we got from this. Therefore, cumulative addition you do. 0 plus 32, 32 plus 32, 64 plus 32, 96 plus 32, 128 plus 32, 160 plus 32 and 192 plus 32. So altogether you got 8 subnet IDs. So what are your subnet broadcast address? Subnet broadcast address is nothing but n dot n dot n dot, as it is a class C. First 3 octets are for network ID. Now what is the broadcast address of your first subnet? Your first subnet broadcast address is nothing but the before number of your next subnet. What is your next subnet? 32. So first subnet broadcast address is 31. And what is the broadcast address of next subnet? Before number of this only, 63. And before number of 96, 95. Before number of 128, 127. Before number of 160, 159. Before number of 192, 191. Before number of 224, 223. Last number 255. That's it. A range of numbers of your first subnet is 0 to 31. Next subnet 32 to 63. Next subnet 64 to 95. You observe that every subnetwork has got capacity of 32 HIDs only. As we are doing uniform splitting, which comes under into a fixed length subnet masking, right? So every subnet has got 32 HIDs. The range numbers are 0 to 31, next 32 to 63, like that. Okay. Now you tell me, if I ask a question that the given IP belongs to which subnetwork? Can anybody guess? The given IP is belongs to which subnet? So your host ID is a 200. This 200 is belongs to which subnet? Let us drop. This 200 is belongs to this particular subnet as you are one of the host for your 192 subnetwork. This is a very, very important question. What is the subnet ID of the given IP? Subnet ID of given IP is nothing but first three octets are common only. So what is that? Subnet ID of given IP. Subnet ID of given IP. This IP belongs to which block? He is asking that only. So what is your given IP? 193, 100, 100, 200 belongs to this particular subnet, 192 subnet. So therefore 193, first three octets are NID only, you need to drop them. So 193, 100, 100. And it is belongs to which network? 192 subnetwork. What is the subnet broadcast of given IP? Subnet broadcast of given IP is nothing but 193, 100 point, 100 point. Already we noted. What is that? 223. That's it. This is a model 2, how to obtain subnet IDs and how to obtain subnet broadcast address. So I will show you model 3, observe carefully. So what is a model 3? Model 3, very popular in the GATE examination. Model 3, finding a subnet ID. Let us take the same 193, 100, 100. Given IP is 193 point, 100 point, 100 point, 192, 200. So I am taking the same question in different model. Your mask is given as 255 and 255 and 255 and 224. Same question I am doing in different way. Now you see, according to class C, this is a class C network because 193 belongs to 192 to 223 range. This is a class C. So when you identify that this is the class C, the first three octets are NID, only last octet is eligible for HID. So write this 224 in binary. 224 binary is a 111 and the rest is zeros. So total 8 bits are there, right? So that means I have performed 3-bit subnetting. I have performed 3-bit subnetting, right? Now listen, the first question as usually we know, number of subnets. How many ones are there? That is your subnets only. So 2 power 3, 8 subnets you got. And each subnet, how many HIDs? Number of HIDs are 5 bits are left over as zeros. So 2 power 5 minus 2, which is nothing but 32 is your block range, minus 2. That means only 30 HIDs are useful. These are useful HIDs. Okay. Now third question is crucial. What is the subnet ID? What is the subnet ID? So just simply we are going to perform. So some people will do bitwise AND operator. Now I am going to do a reverse. So different technique I am going to use instead of ANDing. So what is the subnet ID? The subnet ID is nothing but write your given IP. What is the given your IP? That is 193.100.100.200. Write this HID into binary because this is an NID, this is NID, this is NID, this is only HID part to us. So write 200 in binary. What is 200 binary? 128 is on, 64 is on. We got 192 so far, and 32 off, 16 off, 8 on, 4 off, 2 off, 1 off. This is your 200 binary. Okay. So write 200 binary. Now tell me what are the positions are subnetted. That is very, very important. We have written that in 224 the first 3 bits are subnetted. That is 128th position, 64th position, 32 position. You please leave them. The 3 positions you leave them. They are your subnetted positions. And the last 5 bits whatever you are saying, they are not subnetted. That is for your HID. Right? Please again I am repeating, observe carefully. Write your HID part of your IP into binary, and using your mask how many bits are subnetted, you leave those positions. So the blue indicates that subnet position, then a black indicates that your HID position. So you want subnet ID means drop as it is NID part, drop as it is NID part, drop as it is NID part, drop as it is your subnet part also. Drop everything, but your HID position you make them to zeros. HID position make them to zeros, then you will get the subnet ID. You want subnet broadcast address, drop as it is NID. Once again, drop as it is NID and your subnet ID, that means subnetted positions, and your HID is going to be all ones. That's it, you got your answer. So what is your subnet ID? Your subnet ID is, this is, so 128 is on and 64 is on, remaining off. What is the meaning of that? So 193.100.100.192. We also got the same answer. In the previous, you observe what is your subnet ID? 192. What is your subnet broadcast address? 223. We also will get the same. That is 193.100.100.192, your subnet ID. Subnet ID is nothing but starting address of your block number of this particular IP. This IP belongs to this subnet number. And the subnet broadcast is 193 and 100 and 100. You see that this and this is a 192 and the remaining 31, which is nothing but 220. So this is a model 3, how you can able to derive subnet IDs and subnet broadcast address. So instead of doing AND operation, you can also do like this. So let me give you one example so that it will be a repetition to you. I am doing model 3 and model 2 together before closing class C because I need to go to class B now. So observe, my dear friends, those who are having, please observe. Given IP is 200.100.100.193 followed by your mask 255.255.255.240. Okay, now he is asking all the 5 questions. Number of subnets. Second question, number of HIDs. Third question, subnet ID. Fourth question, subnet broadcast address. Let us do model 2 and model 3. Whichever model you feel comfort, you use it, no doubt. Same get same answer. First question, number of subnets and number of HIDs you want. You need to write the HID part of your mask into binary. First two questions you will get just by writing a mask into binary. So answer 1 and 2 you will get just by writing your mask HID part. This is your HID and remaining or NID because this is a class C network. So write this into binary. So I want to know that how many bits are subnetted in your subnet mask of your HID part. So 4 bits are subnetted. That's it. You got 2 power 4 subnets. And how many HIDs? 2 power 4 minus 2 HIDs your usable. But your subnetwork size is 2 power 4, 16 HIDs and 16 subnets you are going to get. Okay? Now listen carefully. What is your answer 3 and answer 4? You want answer 3 and answer 4. I am doing first model 3. After that I will do model 2. Okay? So write your HID part into binary. Remaining we don't touch. That means we don't touch your first. They are all NIDs only. 200. Now I am writing IP. Earlier I have written mask. So 200 point, 100 point, 100 point. Now this is your HID. What is the value? 193 is the value. Write 193 into binary. What is 193 binary? 128 is on. 64 is on. So 128 plus 64, it is 192. Still 1 is required. So 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. That's it. This is the binary of your 193. Now tell me what are the positions are subnetted? First, second, third, fourth. 128 is subnetted, 64 subnetted, and 32 is subnetted, 16 is subnetted. Leave those positions. Because these positions are subnetted, this is your HID part. And this is your subnet part. Here also, they are subnet parts, and this is only HID part. So you want subnet ID. What I said? Drop as it is NID and subnet ID bits. Drop as it is NID and subnet ID bits. You convert your HID bits to all zeros and convert your HID bits to all ones to get the subnet broadcast address. So my dear friends, you got your answer. What is your answer? So subnet broadcast address also I am writing according to model 3. 200.100.100.1100. Drop your network and subnet ID twice. Make HID positions to 0 and make HID positions to 1 to get ID and broadcast address. So what is your value? Let me write in decimal. 200 point, 100 point, 100 point. What is the decimal? 128 is on, 64 is on, which means 192. And 200 point and 100 point and 100 point. So 192 plus 15 because this is a 1248. So 1248 is nothing but 15. 15 plus 192, it is nothing but 15 plus 192. It is please observe. Okay. Now I want to show you the same answer using model 2. Please learn. What is a model 2? Model 2 and model 3 and model 1, first two, there is no difference. Third and fourth are the difference. How to calculate the subnet IDs using model 2 according to the same question. So model 2 I am doing. So let us do model 2. What is a model 2? So take your number 200 point, 100 point, 100 point, 193 slash mask is 255, 255, 255 and 240, right? So your 240 is subnetted like this. Now you observe what is your subnetwork size. Your subnetwork size is nothing but number of HIDs. Very simple. Number of HIDs are nothing but 4 bits only. 2 power 4 is nothing but 16 blocks, 16 HIDs. That means your network, each subnetwork size is only 16 HIDs. Very small portion. Like that you will get 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. How many? 16 subnetworks. Now let us write subnet IDs. Jaldi. First subnet ID is always 0. Next subnet ID is add your block size. What is your block size? 16. Cumulative addition. 16. 16 plus 16, 32. 32 plus 16, 48. 64. 80. 96. 112. 128. 144. 160. 160 plus 16. 176 plus 16. 192. 192 plus 16, 208. Stop. You got your answer. What is your answer? Your 193 is in between 192 and 208. Therefore, your subnet ID is 192 and the subnet broadcast address is before this number. What is before this number? 207. That's it. Your subnet ID is a 192 of a given IP and your subnet broadcast of given IP is a 207. So how simple this model 2 and model 3 also simple, just you need to write into what? Binary. Okay. Now I will do class B subnetting. Before class B subnetting, let me do one example. 192, 168, 100 and 100, 255 and 255 and 255, 254 if I write. Is it a valid subnetting? Is it a valid subnetting? Our answer is no. Why no? I will show you. So write this 254 into binary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 254 binary. Please learn binary well. So now tell me, after writing that, the first question is the number of subnets. How many number of subnets are there? How many ones you subnetted? How many? 7. So 128 subnets you got. No doubt. And question number 2, number of HIDs bolo. Your number of HIDs are nothing but how many zeros are there with you? Only one zero. 2 power 1, which is nothing but 2 minus 2. 0 host HIDs. So you do not have any kind of HIDs to post them because one is a starting block number, the other one is ending block number. In middle you do not have any kind of useful IPs. That's why you cannot do subnetting after 252. So you have to stop. 128 is a perfect, 192 is a perfect, 224 okay, 240 is okay, and 248 okay, 252 okay. Up to 6 bits you can do subnet, but don't do 7 bits and 8 bits subnetting. This is the reason why. I hope so you got cleared. Class C subnetting. The same rules we apply for class B subnetting. So according to class B, your positions are network HID. Please recollect yesterday's lecture. So network, HID, networks are increased and proportionately hosts are going to be decreased, right? So let me give you an example. 172, 168, 100.100 and mask is 255, 255, 224.0. Now he is asking all the four questions. Number of subnets. First question. How many bits are subnetted? That's it. And the second question. Number of HIDs. How many bits are not subnetted in your HID part of your mask? This is a very important to answer the first two questions. Now tell me, write your 224 and 0 in binary. What is a 224? 111 and remaining are zeros in that octet. And next fourth octet is 0. This is your 224. And next is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 means all zeros only. Now tell me how many number of subnets means how many number of ones are there in your HID part. As this is HID, this is HID. 3 ones. So 2 power 3 is nothing but 8 subnets I got. How many HIDs are there? The total number of zeros from your third and fourth octet together is 5 zeros here, 8 zeros here. It is a 2 power 13 minus 2. This is your answer. That means 8192 minus 2 HIDs. Okay. As usually, he will ask you subnet ID and subnet broadcast address. So I already shown you two methodologies. 3 I have given you, but model 2, model 3 you follow very well. So question number 3 subnet ID and question number 4 I want subnet broadcast address. How are you going to get? Very simple. So let me do. You also practice like me. So subnet ID is nothing but write your NID clearly because we are not going to manipulate. 172 and 168 we will drop both at a time. And you need to write 100 and 100 into binary as they are belongs to HIDs. So write your HID part of your IP into binary to know subnet ID and subnet broadcast address. So 100 binary I am writing. Here also 100 binary I am writing. So what is your 100 binary? Let me write. This is your 100 binary. Okay. Now you tell me what are the positioned, what are the bits are subnetted or which position bits are subnetted. In third octet. In third octet only the bits are manipulated, not in fourth octet as we are doing what? FLSM. FLSM means what? Unless and until you do third bit completely masked, you don't do on fourth octet. So my dear friends, so first 3 bits, this is a subnetted, I am marking. This is a subnetted, this is also subnetted. And remaining are HIDs to you. HIDs from here to there. Out of 16 bits HID, 3 bits are for subnets and 13 bits are for HID. We got the same, right? Now tell me, a drop a subnet positions also. We are not going to disturb them because they are dedicated for subnets position. And host ID you write into binary. And host ID you convert into ones. When you convert it into zeros, it is a subnet ID. When you convert it into ones, HID part, it is a subnet broadcast address. So what is your final value of your third octet? First octet is 172 dot, 168 dot, third octet value. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 dot 0. And next one is subnet broadcast address is 172 convert into decimal 168.127.255. Bus. All ones means 255. And here also not all ones, 128 is off. That's why 255 minus 128. You have got 127 in third octet. Last octet is all ones, hence it is a 255. So the given IP, you got subnet ID is this and the subnet broadcast address is this. Let us do one more problem similarly. You can also apply for octet 2, no doubt. That means model 2. So let me do once again class B. What is the rule? As I am doing FLSM, fixed length split subnet masking, which is nothing but uniform splitting. Whenever you do uniform splitting, your class B is NNHH. Unless third octet is completely subnetted, you cannot subnet fourth octet. This is a very important rule. Unless third octet is completely subnetted, fourth octet cannot be used for subnetting. They are invalid according to FLSM. I will show you one example. For example, mask I am giving you 255, 255 and 224.0. Is it valid? Yes, because I have not performed any subnetting on fourth octet because third octet is not fulfilled. And next example, 255.255 dot, the first two octets are NID, this is HID. I am saying 224.192, this is invalid. Why this is invalid? Unless and until all the bits are manipulated in third octet, you cannot subnet the fourth octet. You're supposed to get third octet 255. If I write one more example, 255, 255, then 255, then 192. Yes, this is a valid because third octet is a completely subnetted, 8-bit subnetted. Then we are moving on to next octet. So using this rule, keep it in mind, the same rule is applicable for class A also. Let me do 172, 168, 100.10 and mask is given 255 and 255 and 255. So I am doing third bit completely subnetted. Now he is testing on to fourth octet. It's a perfect subnetting. He is asking all the 4 questions. These are standard questions. Number of subnets. So write this into binary as this is a class B double N double H, right? So write this into binary. So 255 binary and 192 binary. What is 252 binary? 255 binary 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 all ones. What is 192 binary? Double 1 6 zeros, right? Now number of subnets, tell me how many ones are there? There are 10 ones. So 2 power 10 subnets, which is nothing but 1024 subnets you got. Second question, number of HIDs. How many zeros are left over? 6 zeros are left over. 2 power 6 minus 2, which is 64 minus 2, that is 62 HIDs. Third and fourth question is very important. Please observe how I do. I want subnet ID and I want subnet broadcast address. So what I said, you want a subnet ID, write your IP now. So I am writing IP 172.16.100.10. We know that first 2 octets are NID. We don't touch. This is H, this is H. Let us write H into binary 011100100. 10 means 00001010. This is a 10 binary, right? So what are the positions are subnetted? Which bits are subnetted? First, third octet, all the bits are subnetted. And fourth octet, 2 bits are subnetted. And only the last 6 bits are reserved for HID. So take a gap. So you want subnet ID na? So write NID as it is. And subnet broadcast ID also write NID as it is. Drop subnetted positions as it is. And here also drop subnetted positions as it is. So convert HIDs to zeros and convert HIDs to ones. Plus you got your answer. What is your answer? Your subnet ID is, first 2 octets are common, 172 16 point, and all ones means 255 point, all zeros 0, and broadcast is 172.16.255 point, last 6 bits are ones, which is nothing but 63. So this is how to find subnet ID and subnet broadcast address. I have performed model 3 in a easier way. You can also use model 2 as I did. Now I want to apply the same rules for class A. Now I want to do class A subnetting. Please follow my previous lectures, then you will be perfectly alright. So whoever is listening for the first time, you may feel some kind of difficulty. Once again, you watch the lecture, practice the question, and you will be perfectly alright. Class A, N triple H. Networks are, please understand, networks are decreased and hosts are increased according to class A. Now let us write one example. So as it is a rule, unless octet 2 is manipulated, don't do manipulate octet 3 and don't do manipulate octet 4, because we are doing uniform splitting. FLSM I am doing. Please keep in that mind that rule. Unless octet 2 is completely manipulated, don't do manipulate on third and fourth octet, right? The example is 10 dot 100 dot 200 dot 193 255 224. This is not completely manipulated. Observe this. I am giving you mask. This is your mask. This is your IP. As this is not completely manipulated, this should be 0, this should be 0. Please keep it in mind. If it is completely manipulated to 255, then I can jump over to other octets, right? But here this is a valid subnetting. Question number 1. Number of subnets. Question number 2. Number of HIDs. Straight away. You want to answer number of subnets and number of HIDs. Write the mask of your HID into binary. What is the mask of HID? This. That is a 224 111 5 zeros. And next 0, all zeros. Next 0, all zeros. Now tell me, number of subnet means number of ones. How many ones are there? 3 ones. So your answer is 2 power 3 is nothing but 8 subnets. How many HIDs? 5 HIDs here, 8 HIDs here, 8 HIDs here. So 16 plus 5, 2 power 21 minus 2. These many HIDs you got, right? And the next question is, what is the subnet ID and what is the subnet broadcast address of a given IP? That this means he is asking this IP, this host belongs to which of the block, which of the subnetwork. He is asking that. What is the starting block number? What is ending block number? Starting block number means HIDs must be zeros. Ending block number means HIDs must be ones. So now write your IP into binary to know this too. So our binary is 10 dot. We are not going to disturb as it is n. Remaining we are going to disturb. We are writing into binary. So 100 binary 011000100. Next 200 binary. So 128 64 32 16 8 4 2 1. And 193 binary 11000001. So I have written the binary of third octet and fourth octet. Now let us write. So what is this HID? This HID is 100. This HID is 200. This HID is 193. Now identify which are the bits are subnetted. First three bits are subnetted. This is subnetted. Give the gap. So you want to find a subnet ID, write network part as it is, drop subnet positions, remaining make them to zeros, and remaining make them to ones. All ones means 255. Here 255. So what is your answer? Final answer is 10 point. Read this. 64 32 96.0.0, and this is 10 point. Last 7 bits ones. It is 127.255.255. That's it. This is a class A. So one more example I will do. Tomorrow is the problematic session. Don't miss problematic session on FLSM. So all these bits again I am going to cover the duration of 1 hour of time. So don't miss tomorrow's class. So one more example I will do. You also practice at your side. So 10, 100, 200, 193 I will take once again. 10, 100, 193, 200 and 193. 200 and 193. This is a class A, and your mask is 255, 255. When this octet, because this is H and this is H, this is completely manipulated. Now I can manipulate here, but it is not completely manipulated. It should be 0. Don't forget that. So first question, number of subnets, and the second question, number of HIDs. So write your HID part into binary. What is your HID part? 255, 224, 0. 255, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 224, 1, 2, 3, remaining zeros. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now number of subnets. How many ones are there? 11 ones are there. Number of HIDs. How many zeros are there? 5 zeros, 8 zeros. So 2 power 13 minus 2. You got your answer. And third question is subnet ID and subnet broadcast address. Write your IP into binary on 10, 100, 200, 193. This is a host, this is a host, this is a host. Write into binary. This is N. We don't write. So I already shown you binary of this. 200 binary 11000 128 64 32 16 and 8 I need. 8 4 2 1 and 193 11 1. Now you see that how many bits are subnetted. The first 8 and next 3 are subnetted. So this is completely subnetted. Leave the gap. So you want subnet ID now? Write it, network ID, and drop your subnetted positions. Drop your subnetted positions. So make them 2 zeros. make them to ones. Make them to zeros, make them to ones. What is your answer? So let me write your subnet ID now. Your subnet ID is 10 point, 100 point, 128 and 64, 192 point, all zeros. Next, broadcast is 10 point, 100 point. It is 192 plus 5. That means 2 power 5, 32, 31. That means 223.255. That's it, my dear friends. So this is how to do fixed length subnet masking. So what is the meaning of fixed length subnet masking? We already learned in the yesterday's session. The size of subnetworks are same. A single bit also is not going to be varied. A large network is divided into equal size of the blocks. It may be 64, it may be 32, it may be 16, or it may be 128 or 256, whatever it may be. The size of the blocks are exactly same. That is the meaning of what? FLSM. We have performed in the today's session FLSM for A class as well as B class as well as C class. FLSM is nothing but uniform splitting. Okay. So my dear friends, tomorrow's schedule I am going to tell you. So 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. we are having MCQs and PYQs on FLSM. Don't miss all the 3 classes questionnaire. And one more special class is there on Unacademy student learning app. This is your YouTube session. Please download Unacademy student learning app. Tomorrow I am going to discuss as a special class. The special class timing is 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. So 12 p.m. Please attend this session. I am going to discuss what? Ethernet. Don't miss this compulsory question. Ethernet, GSMA by CD. I am going to discuss. So this is our tomorrow's schedule. YouTube 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and a special class Unacademy. This is only for special class Unacademy student learning app. You have to download from the Play Store and find my name Srinivasarao. Then you're going to get a live session from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The topic is Ethernet and CSMA by CD. Thank you very much, friends. We will meet in the tomorrow's session. That is the 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. session, 12 noon session. So YouTube as usually 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll meet in the tomorrow's session. Stay tuned to Unacademy. Share this knowledge to everyone. Please join into Unacademy to get the many more, because we cannot discuss all the things on a free platform. Please join it. Be a premium member, then you're going to get everything. Use my referral code. My referral code is eligible for any kind of a course. We'll meet in the tomorrow's session sharp 10 a.m. Thank you very much.